Hi guys, welcome to another video where I'm gonna show you the best 3 alternatives for Redbubble print-on-demand website. As recently, if you are a Redbubble seller, you may have seen the update that Redbubble has implemented, a terrible update including artist accounts and tiers, fees, stuff like that. Not a good thing. This is actually the update page they released. I have made a separate video about it so you can check that out first if you don't know what's going on Redbubble. Basically, they are cutting huge percentage of your earnings. Not only you are earning a small amount, small percent from the product you are selling, but then they also cutting some percent of your earnings if you are a Redbubble standard account, and actually like the most accounts is going to be Redbubble standard tier. But nevertheless, there are still some good websites you could use as an alternative to Redbubble. I'm gonna give you actually the 4 options, but I'm gonna explain why I treat it as 3 alternatives, because the first option is a TeePublic. I know what you can say. If you have a brand new account, this means your designs won't be visible. If you, for example, gonna create a graphic that is about vintage retro tape, something like that, create some kind of graphics like this, it won't be visible in the search results of TeePublic. As you can see, here are some graphics. Actually, there's a 50 pages of similar designs, but your design is not going to be among them, and that happens like to everyone. The only option is to email TeePublic. I've made a separate video where I explain how you can fix it, but please keep in mind this does not always work. It's simply depending on TeePublic decision whether they're going to enable your designs being visible in search results. If you manage to make your designs be shown in the search results, TeePublic is a great opportunity as it generates a tremendous amount of traffic. It's like only 3 times less than Redbubble, but still millions of visitors per month means something, and the competition is much smaller than on Redbubble. Maybe that's also because of the visibility issue. They've also implemented tier system. I made a video about it, you can obviously check that out first. But the thing is here that on TeePublic you are selling mainly t-shirt. On Redbubble, for example, the most popular product on the website is actually stickers, but here on TeePublic your most sales will come from selling t-shirts. Standard tier here, I don't quite remember the exact name of the tier you need to be in, but there are only 2 tiers, and if you are one of them, you will be earning the same amount for t-shirts. They are cutting some percentage only on some other products. This is a much better update than Redbubble implemented, so TeePublic is still in a really good shape. The second big alternative to Redbubble is Fiverr, and this is the website people do not talk that much about, and I believe it's a huge opportunity. I made almost $2,000 as of now on Redbubble. Here you can see some screenshot of my earnings, and basically how it works. On Fiverr you can register and then offer what they call gigs. Gigs are basically services that you are offering. So for example, you won't be selling physical products like on Redbubble and TeePublic, but you will be selling here services. So you can do a lot of things, like for example creating a design. Right now the very popular concept is to create AI mid-journey generated graphics and selling them on Fiverr. And if you're gonna type, for example, create a mid-journey art, yeah, as you can see, 10,000 services. And let's go to like one of these listings. As you can see, 2 orders in queue, 128 reviews, and the basic package costs 30 euro, so the seller gets like 25 euro after Fiverr cut. The percentages on Fiverr are much bigger, much in favor of a seller. Basically Fiverr is gonna cut 20% of every sale, and that is it. 80% is yours. you can withdraw it. You just need to do a little niche research, like on every website, to try to find like services on Fiverr with little less competition. And what I do recommend is to be really specific on Fiverr. So for example, instead of writing I will create AI art, you want to explain what you are going to create and maybe how you are going to create. Be super specific. So for example, I will create AI mid-journey generated art for your TeePublic store, for your Merch by Amazon account. Now people can be like really sure what this is for, and this maybe narrows down the niche you are using, but it really helps to get those initial sales where you're just starting out. The third alternative to Redbubble is Etsy. Maybe a year ago I made a video about Etsy where I said that Etsy is a complete disaster and I'm quitting it. It doesn't make much sense, but now things changed, and they changed a lot. The support system from Etsy is just incredible. When I used Etsy a year ago and my account has been like mistakenly suspended, I wrote to Etsy an email and they have responded after, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 months, something like that. So the Etsy support was just a disaster. Now things changed. Etsy is really good. The support is super clear. So if you don't know, on Etsy you can just offer some physical and digital products and you just sell them. It works more or less like Amazon or eBay. It generates like enormous amount of traffic and much bigger than Redbubble. Yeah, obviously it has some bigger competition, but still this is something you can definitely manage with. What I would recommend you should focus on are digital items. Why? This is much simpler process than, for example, selling physical products. If you want to sell like a print-on-demand product on Etsy, you would have to connect a production partner, maybe like Printful or Printify. So you need to connect the production partner, then upload your designs on Printful, and then create listings on Etsy. So when someone buys your product on Etsy, then actually Printful is going to be connected as a production partner, and they're gonna print a design on a t-shirt and ship it to the customer. But for digital items, things are much easier. You just need to create some PDF version of, for example, a digital planner, digital coloring pages. There are many niches on Etsy which can be still super profitable. So yeah, sign on Etsy. It's a ton of tutorials how to upload a digital product, super easy, and definitely can be much more profitable than Redbubble right now. The last alternative to Redbubble, which I really recommend, is Amazon KDP. If you don't know what Amazon KDP is, it works the same as, for example, Merch by Amazon. So you are selling some products and Amazon takes care about printing and shipping them to the customer. The difference is that if you want to use Merch by Amazon, you need to actually apply. They would have to review your application and decide whether you're going to be accepted or rejected. And trust me, most of people are being rejected right away after 2 or 3 days. I know some people which are trying to apply for the Merch by Amazon for like 10 or 20 times, and on KDP things are different. You don't need to fill any application letter or things like that. You just create a KDP account and you're good. You can start selling books, because Kindle Direct publishing program on Amazon is a print-on-demand version of selling books. You just need to create a PDF version of a book, then create a cover for it, and you can just add description, title, some tags, bullet lists, I don't know, whatever, and upload it into the website. Here you can see a perfect example of a really well selling book. As you can see, it's got even like a bestseller badge. The BSR it has is like 342. It means it sells like hundreds of copies a day, and creating such book wasn't really hard. If you click on the book, you can actually see a little bit of inside of it. So you can create this kind of designs in Midjourney in about seconds. So KDP is a huge opportunity. It can not only be used for coloring books was just as an example, but also the planners, logbooks. Not sure what you want to use it for, but this is a really good option. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. I hope it was informative and you are going to choose some of these alternatives for Redbubble. Trust me, there is not much sense anymore in spending hours and hours on Redbubble products. They are cutting an enormous amount of fees from your earnings, so yeah, it's time to move on some other websites, maybe the websites I just showed you in this video. Thank you so much for watching, have a great rest of your day, and bye bye.